company that dwells into hip-hop, the culture of hip-hop, comedy, entertainment, politics, tech, social commentary, animation, and more. We keep it fresh, real, and free. From behind the curtains of the industry, animated skits, animated shows, narrative tales, parodies, mini documentaries, and more. Hashtag Thought Crimes, hashtag Think Tank. Joined in July 14, 2015, and they're about to hit over 8 million views. This is P Solo and Sincere's page. You go to their home section page right here. And, you know, check the artwork. It's wonderful. I like the way they use the orange. I've been following P Solo for over for 10 years, because that's when I first joined YouTube. And Sincere not that far after that. So I don't know who this is supposed to represent. Unless it's a light and dark side to Sincere, we'll figure that one out later. But this is their intro page, and as you can see, you see Jay-Z, you see Nas, Royce da 5'9", some great MCs, even Eminem, four of their main, so I like how their page is set up here. Let me see if I can see the outside of it. So I'm just, pointing them out because this is one of the pages. I already did Young Ripper page. They won't let me do it. This is another page that I turn to for my, arts and entertainment of hip hop. As you can see here, their main videos over the past couple of days have been Joe Rogan, Joe Budden, Indy Irie, exposing the boy Joe. Whoopi, Whoopi got herself into a little bit of trouble, but I watched this episode and they really broke it down for those that's just unaware on, and watching them brings me back to where I hear everybody goes, and this is my truth. Where we say, it's my opinion, I have my right to my opinion. It's just like, y'all, we have to stop looking at it in that aspect. It's your truth. Let your truth come out. That's what I deal with trying to explain through explaining, computer science and mathematics and things of that nature. That's the object of my show. But I just wanted to come here real quick to show y'all this. This is, I like to highlight other channels that I watch, and this was the last one that I watched here. I peeped a little bit of this, but y'all can see they run them kind of long. So whenever I get a chance, I'll just come over and check out some of the things that they're saying. And you see, there's a lot of videos. They down with Let's Go Biden too, TOO, because they know the hypocrisy he goes through. As you can hear my voice, I'm a little toned because it's, as soon as somebody talks bad about this guy, it's just funny how Democrats, black Democrats, or African American Democrats, to be politically correct, they think it's capping for, even this guy here. Dom, you talk bad about him, or you talk, anything derogatory or bad about him, and it's like you caping for the other. You're the one that's not woke because you think you're following behind it, and it's like, no, it's just comedy, dude. Like, I laughed at Trump though, his whole administration. I'm one of the first ones to say, he's the most entertaining president of all time, and y'all took that the wrong way. Like, the president's not supposed to be funny, and this guy's not. He's claiming not to be funny, but then it's just hilarious to hear some of the things that come out of his mouth, and it's like you trying to say that he's here to help us, and then he's giving out pipes. That's just funny to me, like. And it's like, well, it's not for that, it's for them. He's giving it to his people. And it's like, well, you're still not making any sense. Like, that's the part that we're trying to get you to understand. Never mind. This is the Volo Show. This is where we at. Let's come out of here. So how I do. I get comfortable. This is the Neo Volo Show. What I like to do is ask for like 10 minutes of your time to spit a little rhyme, flow a little bit on the mathematics, and how it relates to life. And, you know, I throw a little music in the background that I create. Let me see if I can find my thing. So I'm just gonna jump right into it because I already wasted a little bit of your time. No, I ain't wasted time. If y'all wanna understand real hip hop culture, go to Thought Crimes on YouTube. Come, you know, found my page. Go to their page. Ripper 5'9", the same thing. You know, Ripper 5'9" is a little different because he's a hip hopper. If I talk to him, he probably acknowledge that. His main thing is liberty. Like, he's a libertarian. Thoughts Crimes is more of hip hop politics, which is like an independent of. But you know, you check them out. They'll explain their own selves to them. I'm here to explain my motive and my movement and everything. So let's see here. I started at 10 minutes, and today's show. Let's see where we at here. We click on this right here, and as y'all can see, this is my normal setup, right? Added a couple more. Actually, I got too many, so I'm gonna subtract some of these today. I want it to just be like this many squares. So I think I'm going to subtract. I'm gonna try to subtract 5 today. Which 5 am I going to subtract? We're going to figure that out. I'm gonna keep all of my. This is today's show. Here we go. Welcome to the Neo Volo Show, and today we're talking about. All warfare is based upon deception. That title just ill, right? And I got this title, right? I was thinking of, I'd be thinking of titles and everything, and I was watching the Clone Wars. And this was basically, they throw a little, mental thought at the beginning of every episode, and this was the mental thought that they threw at me. And I was just like, I got to use that for the next show because, it speaks for itself. And we're too right. We're like, I've shared it on my main page where this professor talks about putting rats in a cage and electrocuting the cage that had the rats fight each other. And that's the Democrats and Republicans. Y'all fighting each other. And you're being controlled by the authoritarians of those groups, and but we will get. I'm here to subtract this. It speaks for itself. The title is a beautiful title. I think if you reflect on it, and then you'll see, like, well, you'll look in the mirror and be like, maybe I'm the slave. But this is a cool picture because this is actually from Animal Crossing. It's like a little virtual video game that me and my family plays. This is like one of the rooms I'm setting up as like a studio. So, it's my grill, but in my little virtual studio where I'm gonna go make my beats with, the animals of the, of the game. So, but yeah, I'm here. I'm gonna talk about games and everything too. I do try to get those things in. But today I just wanted to, point out a couple things that but I'm gonna take some of these off. I'm gonna take this. No, I'm gonna start with which one did I want to start with? I'm gonna start with this one right here because this one came to me like I wanted to talk about it, but it's like it's a false equality, and in their fake dichotomies. That's my new hashtag with this kind of ideology of Whoopi being the problem. Whoopi's not the problem. Whoopi just did what they pay her to do. They pay her to say the things that she say, and but like I said, blame the white man, and like that's what they pay her to do. So it's funny to me that now she's in trouble. Now Brandon, when he came in all aggressive, saying, "If you're not nice to people, I'm gonna fire you." You know what I mean? So black people getting fired all across the nation, and we acting like it was business as usual, or those people weren't doing what they needed to do, and we talking about business getting shut down and all kinds of etc. stuff, and we trying to talk about these things. And when we do talk about it and criticize them, then we got people saying you're caping for the other side, you're capping for the Republicans, and that's not what we're doing. We're sharing the information on, listen, that smoking, a lot of stuff that he's proposing is smoking screen, and handing out pipes is smoking screen. And this is what I need to do with this one. This one here, because it's not her. You know what I mean? Her name's Whoopi Goldberg. She calls herself that. Why? Because she believes that She believes that Jew is a religion, and she believes that that's what she is. She helps that community. She's a part of that community. You know what I'm saying? So all this, she hates them, that's coming from the very people that, that we're caping for, that Biden's actually capping for. Just trying to get her out of there. And now she's in her own little pickle and everything like that. She needs to just leave them, start her own business and everything, and get separated from that nonsense, because all she's doing is talking, but listen, that's not what I'm here for. Boom, that gotta go. All right, we'll talk about her later. I love Whoopi, you know what I'm saying? But, whatever. We'll talk more about that. This one stays, because this is my main focus. I want people to start to understand that when I say love is true, that means hate is false. Why? Because love is the negation of hate, not S. Love is the negation of hate. We're going to talk more about that another time, all right? Because that's important right here. What's dope about this is this what leads to computer science, where you have this thing called the NOT gate, where this can be a 1, that can be a 0. You tell the computer to change the 1 to a 0, or you tell the computer to change the 0 to the 1, and from there you use NOT gates, you use OR gates, you use AND gates, you use if-then, you use conditional things to be able to simulate artificial intelligence, to have it seem like the computer is smarter than you when you're playing something as simple as chess. You can program a computer to be smarter than the average human being in playing chess. And this is the very beginning basis of that. But that's why I got to keep that on there for a little while. Which ones do I got to take off? I want to take this one off because this one is the double false narrative. But I'm going to keep this one on here because we believe that this racist is true. And we believe, so hence we believe being anti-racist is true. But when you have the people saying the anti-racist trying to say, well, I'm against the racists, you find out that they're actually anti-black racists. Oh, lost you there. Let me come back to that's why I got to keep that one up there for a little while. Which ones do I want to take down? I'm going to take this one down because y'all just not ready for this kind of discussion. I started this one at very episode 1. I was like, yo, we're going to talk about this, but it's too far down the line for me to really be talking about it right now. Just look up, if you want to get the book, look up Claude Anderson, read about it, gain that knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. That's the only way you can achieve freedom, justice, and equality. But for now, I'm going to take that off. Hold up. Yeah, I'm going to take that off the menu for now. So I'm trying to get this down to, I want to take this one down because this is what a lot of you sound like when you start talking about you caught up. You think that this is what, and then they be talking, and then you talking like this is the thing. See the left wing, us. But then you be the first one to go, well, my family, me. And it's like, well, whose side are you on, dude? Like, or ma'am, or you know what I mean? Like, that's why I want to delete this one. But this one's a very good reference because it shows how Ron is on a position of authority because he, from his experience, this sums it up. But this is the ignorance that y'all confused about it. I like to do the infinity symbol like this on this. This is all that's going on with this right here. You know what I'm saying? I sit back and laugh at it when Trump says the kung flu. I laugh. Because he's trying to give y'all, oh, this might have came from China, and they knew he sounds like a fool, and then they start coming out. Well, yeah, you can gain a function of, oh, see now, and it goes like this. Meanwhile, our children are suffering because y'all telling them they have to wear a mask for something that they are 99.98%. They not gonna. You know what I'm saying? But you telling children that you're gonna die. Y'all killing me. Y'all wasting my time. That's why I gotta leave that one up there. I should take this one down, Auntie, because I do want to keep up. I'm gonna redo this one, but I'm gonna leave it up for. I'm gonna leave that one up for. Which ones I'm gonna take down? This one's a new one. So I was planning on talking about this one here because this is what I be talking about with politics and religion and how they use hip hop to, you know what I'm saying? Like this was and so Chuck D got into trouble. Well, not trouble, but now you see how Chuck D and Flavor and Professor Griff now they in all because this guy here, even though you seen Killer Mike walked away and voted for Jill Stein that year. But y'all don't follow Killer Mike. I'm gonna leave that. That's a fresher new one. That's why I can't get rid of that one there. This is a brand new one too. I talked about the 10 Commandments and how the negation works towards the 10 Commandments. And Paola was like, "Yo, you gotta talk about the 42 laws of Matt." And it's like, come on, the 42 is too much for them. Paola, if we just give them 10, they can't even follow 10. So you want to give them 42? Like, all right, but it dawned on me to share this, and there it is, my time. Here's my time. All right, so I'm gonna cut my timer off, and I'll be back in a little bit because I got a lot to do and still a lot to talk about. But this one here is important because notice how it's saying I will not, how the not gate is in here, and how it works with, you know, the very person say I will not do wrong. That's like the only way to not do wrong is to be righteous, right? I will not kill. I would not steal is the second one. All right, we'll be back on that. But I just wanted to show you how that relates to this with the not. And when we actually negate it, when we're looking at true and false statements, whether truth can be something like love and false can be something like hate. Now I understand you want hate to be true. Hate can be true too. All right, I understand that. But understand, if hate is true, then love is false. But y'all want truth, y'all want hate to be true and love to be true. That's why I'm like, yo, y'all not peeping the contradiction in that. I can have nothing but love in my heart for you. Yes, if somebody hates me, what I'm gonna do? I'm not gonna share love with them. Is that hate? Yeah, that's a little bit of hate. I'll be honest. That is hate. It's a little bit of hate. You know what I mean? When I don't share love with my wife, she gets a little mad at me. You know what I'm saying? That's just how much, you know, it translates for her. But she's my wife. That's how much she loves me. When I don't share it with her. But I share it with her 99.98% of the time. So, you know, we'll go over percentages and stuff as we move more and more along on this whole mathematics tip. I hope y'all enjoyed this little quick talk. I didn't delete all the ones that I wanted to delete. I can't delete this one yet because I still want to talk about comic books. These are my top 5 GMCs. We're going to get back to that one. You know something? I'm going to delete this one right here because he's a waste. Where's he at? Because that's a prime example. And this is what I'm going to end with. Where is it at? I done deleted it already. I think here it is. I'm going to delete this one, right? Because this dude is fake. He's false. He says he's an MC, he's a hip hopper. No, he's not. He's fake. He's false. Just like that's why I had to delete the, you know, Whoopi doesn't, she doesn't claim to be a hip hopper. She claims to be a black woman that's following the Jewish faith. This guy, he went through that whole thing and then come back lying about the whole thing. And he wants to be a part of us. He says he's a G. He's not a G, he's a B. You know something? Done talking about him. If I want to talk about B's, next time I'm going to talk about Ben Simmons, because we got robbed on that deal. But I did just see that just not too long ago. That's what made, like, you know, that's why I'm probably down too, because we done traded away. I'm gonna delete my what's the name too. So, all right. So I got 2 more to delete, and then I'll be on my even screen. Thank you for listening. You know, the music could probably be better than my commentary today. Repeating myself. I'll be back to talk more about how, you know, materialism is killing us. Fake politics. This is a new one here, the miseducation of the Negro, Carter G. Woodson, how this is Black History Month. And, you know, real quick, I'll read it real quick. On February 7th, 1926, Carter G. Woodson initiated the first celebration of Negro History Week, which led to Black History Month to extend and deepen the study and scholarship on African American history all year long. I respect that right there from my man Daryl Michael Scott. But now I'm on some, we got to start peeping the mathematics on. Watch this. If I say scholarship on American African history, now y'all want conflict. Why? Because then I'm kind of saying, hey, my American Indian, my American indigenous is greater than my African heritage. Just because I put it first and the other one second, and vice versa, because you're caught up in the game of Democrat, Republican. This is one. Order shouldn't matter. But we're gonna say African is alpha, then Omega, American should be the Omega. Let's consider it more godlike as opposed to we're gonna fight each other because you're messed up, because we have to stay Democrat. We have to beg. We have to cake. We have to, you know what I'm saying? Don't get you the one caught up. No, I ain't caught up. I see it from a God perspective. He's caught up. He's the one sharing that false information. I'm just sharing it just to let y'all know that's the false information. There it is right there. But I went way over my time. I'll see y'all later. One, God, that is.